Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Monday, April 7th, 2025, Black Monday. Oh, wow, we had so much going on. I'm going to try something a little different today, and that is I'm going to do my video and then I'm going to open it up to an instant premiere. I think you guys would really like to talk to each other, and let me see if that works. If it doesn't, well, then it doesn't. Let's get going. All right, and live gold and silver prices. We've got gold down $9 to 3,027, having cracked 3,000 last night on the downside and then rebounded. Last night was a great buying opportunity for those of you that were following the opening that happens at 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay, silver up 39 cents to 29.95, had been up almost a dollar. Last night was down right around $2, and then recovered so quickly you could barely buy anything until it finally, it was down, what was it, like a dollar or 75 cents or something like that. But the $2 low was very quick. And what I noticed in the markets was that the futures were not corresponding to the spot price. At one point, spot price was nearly $2 lower than the futures price. Then spot rebounded and futures stayed in the same ballpark. We had backwardization in the futures market, meaning future price was lower than the spot price. So it's all over the place. Now, this morning, again, we're up 39 cents for silver. And in the futures market, spot is 29.95 in the spot, and in the futures market, 29.93. So they're pretty much in equilibrium this morning. But I watched those two things to give me a clue as to which is if there's too big a variation, whether that would be a buying opportunity. In the gold silver ratio, we are back to 101, having dropped from 104. That was probably last night, and still quite high. All right, in the 10-year yield category, we have got 10-year yield up just a tad to 3.996. Still quite a bit of fear in the stock market as it continues to sell off. Last night in the stock market, we had stock futures down right around 5%, and then that recovered throughout the night. All right, then we could revisit that sell-off in the stock market. The dollar is up 0.09 to 103.12 this morning. And one of the bigger stories for silver stackers has got to be commodities. Commodities have been crushed. This is the prediction of recession, worldwide recession actually, and copper has just been destroyed. This is going to put a headwind on silver. So we have gold holding its own. If we go back to the spot prices and my predictions, I predicted $2,900 gold, and no, we have not seen that, at least not yet. And I predicted $30 silver, and we blew through that and now have come back up that. I predicted 75,000 Bitcoin, and we hit that last night. And on the stock market, I thought we would bounce around 5,100, and we just kept going through that like a hot knife through butter. So as we get into the pre-market, getting away from copper futures, this is very significant. The global recession and potential global recession or worse, and the effect on commodities. Oil is dropping, like $2 to $5 a day lately. Oil probably on its way to 45 bucks, below 60 at the moment. So that tells you the world is preparing for a significant downturn. That's why even the strategic metal copper is just falling like a rock here, and probably a pretty good buying opportunity. But nonetheless, commodities selling off as a result of the tariff story and the predicted recession is going to put a headwind on silver. And we may actually see silver kind of trade in a new range here around $30 for a little while. Nothing wrong with the long-term perspective, the stories, the supply-demand imbalance on both copper and silver, but gold and silver may start acting differently. All right, so I don't know that we're going to have a huge rebound in silver today, tomorrow, or next week. My guess would be we'll probably stay in a range here for a while as commodities pull it down and gold continues to try to pull it up. But even gold is being liquidated given the liquidity crisis in the stock market right now, and now pushing something like $10 trillion of value lost in the stock market. Overnight, Asian markets dropped like catastrophically, 10% or something. So this is big, it's very big, it is a Black Monday, and things could go from bad to worse, and then they could always bounce at any time. But my long-term thought at the moment, at least for the next month or so, is we may see silver kind of hold in this range, and gold may hold as well between 2,900 and 3,100. I think you'll find some deals out there, but I'm not thinking we're going back to $35 in a day or two. Okay, let's see. In the economic calendar, we have got nothing today. Tomorrow, optimism index, Fed head speaker. Wednesday, wholesale inventories. Minutes of the FOMC, and Thursday, initial jobless claims. You want to pay close attention to your job at the current time, and you want to make sure you are locked in and good with your boss. There are going to be a lot of layoffs as a result of curtailment in international trade. They're just, rather than pay the tariff, or rather than send goods to America that are going to be overpriced. We're just going to see barriers go up all over at the moment, and that's going to hurt the farmers. That's going to hurt, the retailers, etc. That's kind of where we're at until the story changes, and I think they're trying to change the story. Lots of negotiations going on in the background, but right now the level of tariffs is catastrophic to world trade, and going to create headwinds. All right, before we get on to the deals of the day, if you're buying today, and I know a lot of you are, I see a lot of people buying silver, okay, more so than gold. But the question of the day, okay, it's a 1, 2, 3 question, and feel free to answer if you guys are seeing this and you're able to respond live stream. What are you buying today? If you're buying silver, gold, or stocks. You thinking the S&P is going to bounce down here around 4,800 or something? Silver, gold, or stocks? Or I guess nothing is a good response as well. Let's get on to the deals and see what we can snag. Some people snagged some great deals last night. Maybe this morning we'll get back to those levels. We'll have to see. We still have a gold back at bullion exchanges for $3. 1 gram random gold at BGASC 107. We have got the new customer deal at bullion.com, $98. A 1/10 gold eagle, $339 at Summit Metals. A 1/10 gold maple, $335 at Summit Metals. And as I'm going through these, if you see something that really stands out to you, tell your friends. I like that. Okay, a 5 gram gold bar, pretty cheap here at $510 at Monument Metals. Putting that at about $102 per gram. So that's probably a pretty good deal on a gold bar if you're buying gold bars. Let's move on to a 1/4 ounce gold eagle, $815 at Summit Metals. And a 1/4 ounce Krugerrand is $7.99 at Summit Metals. No reason not to buy gold here if that's your preference. $5 commemorative 0.24 ounce of gold is $7.51 at Provident Metals. A 1/2 ounce gold eagle is $1,573 at Summit Metals. 1/2 ounce gold maple is $1,587 at Summit Metals. That's BU. All these are BU coins. 1/2 ounce gold BU Britannia, $1,583 at Monument Metals. And 1/2 ounce Krugerrand, $1,573 at Summit Metals. We've got a 20 gram bar for $1,993 at SD Bullion. I want to know the melt on that. Divide by 20, multiply by 31.1. We've got a Gold Eagle 1 ounce at $31.23 at Summit Metals, and a Walmart deal, which is still a good deal, $31.56 And that 3156 Rakuten doesn't work. 3156. Now, if you have that PayPal card, I recommend check out through PayPal, get 3% off, and you'll be at about 3056 on that Gold Eagle. We'll try to find deals on eBay as well as I keep going. Okay, and a Buffalo can be had 3149 at Summit Metals. A 1 ounce maple is 3,096 at Summit Metals. That's BU. But if you want a circulated maple over at SD Bullion, 3,092 for a circulated gold maple. So 3,092 versus 3,096. One of these prices changed. I thought the differential was bigger, so I'd get the BU in that case. We've got a Britannia. This is BU or proof. This will be beautiful, 3,073 if you get the proof. And uncirculated proof Britannias are very, very pretty. Double Eagle, St. Gaudens, 3,014 at SD Bullion, 0.9675 ounces of gold. And a cheap gold sovereign coin, which is the Krugerrand, 3,053 at Summit Metals. We'll go to the 20 franc, and the 20 franc is 577 at Provident Metals. That's under a 0.2 ounce of gold. I'll go back to the 100 Corona. We found a cheaper seller here, 2,997 at Monument Metals. And that is, what's that, 0.98? Oh, holy moly, where is it? Additional information. It is circulated, and it is 0.9802. So you do the math on that. That may be a good deal. All right, moving on to 1 ounce gold in assay. I would go ahead and probably get the Krugerrand over one of these gold bars. 3115, so that'd be about 3015 out the door over at Walmart. Not a bad price on that gold bar though at Walmart. All right, much more at the dealer, so check out Walmart. A Platinum Eagle, platinum getting down close to 900, and you know that's when we bounce. 1,104 for a Platinum Eagle. And this is an interesting time to watch what the dealers do here. If we get over, let's go to APMEX, because I like picking on them. Okay, APMEX, what do they say that silver spot price is 30.28, and the actual Kitco spot price is 30.09. 30.09. They say it's 30.28. Over in the futures market, it is 30.09. So they say their prices are based on futures, but when futures go down to meet spot, they still keep them higher. So you know, that's that game there. No, they don't. They base it on futures or a higher price at their will when they feel like it. Hopefully I didn't confuse anybody with that. Okay, a Silver Eagle, which is what I've been looking for, and you guys bought them all, damn it. Summit Metals, 34.55 for a BU random date Eagle. If you want to get over to Pinehurst, I don't know where they're getting all these Eagles from. 33.68 in a quantity of 20, 33.38 in a quantity of 100. Those are backdate BU Eagles. Pinehurst would be a good place to shop for Eagles, but we'll still look on eBay and Walmart. Here's Walmart right here, and Walmart, the best deal is 702. And that'd be 35 a coin, about 34 out the door if you shop with that PayPal card on Walmart. Okay, let's keep going here. Off-quality Eagles, they've still got them over at Monument Metals. In a tube of 20, 32.64. I wanted to pick up those Cull Eagles on eBay, and they sold out, unfortunately. I don't know that any came back. I kept looking for them, and I couldn't find any. But I did find Eagles last night that I could have had for 32 out the door, BU Eagles, so that was happening. Then they raised the price, and then I didn't buy them, and then I got scared. What can I say? These are terrifying times for people, and if you have money in the stock market, even more so. Okay, let's keep going here. A silver maple can be had for $32.77. Uncirculated silver maple over at Golden Eagle. Yes, they have free shipping. A kangaroo is $32.92 at Summit. A Britannia is $32.67 at Summit. A Krugerrand all BU is 32.67 at Summit. A Philharmonic is 33.01 at Pimbex. That might be circulated. Yeah, that's circulated. Forget that. Looking at Libertads, okay, I found some cheaper Libertads out there. Now, it probably is a good time to buy random year Libertads. Why? Because, as you'll see from my website, the mintage for 2024 came in higher than expected. So you may get a high mintage year, you may not get a high mintage year, but I think you could buy tubes of libs over here at Summit Metals at $36.98 this morning all day long. That's a good price on Libertads. And maybe you get one of the lower mintage years. You'd have to pay $40 or more for the 2024s. As you can see from the 5 ounce, this is a 2024 5 ounce. Oh, those went out of stock. They were $189 last night, but it looks like 24 is going to be a high mintage year. Act accordingly. Okay, let's keep going here. And Star Privy Eagles, if you're buying those, because they ain't selling them, $40 at bullion exchanges. Over at Costco, there is not an enchilada. What is Costco doing? They are doing nothing but lose money, I guess. This is going to be bad for Costco in their next earnings release, I think. But I don't know anything about where they're getting their inventory from. Okay, let's do junk in the trunk. Here's a new junk deal for you at SD Bullion. 22.15 times face for mixed half dollars. Including walkers, I guess. Awfully pretty pictures they have there, right? I doubt they're going to look like that. But 22.1 times face is about $31 melt. So that's about $1 over spot melt on junk. And hopefully you find it cheaper, but that's not a bad price if you're buying junk. If you can't find Eagles, then you may want to pick up some junk. It's still pretty well priced. All right, and let's just do the tube of 20 at spot is not up. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Pinehurst. Let's see. Buffalo's $31 in a tube of 20 over at Pinehurst. I was looking for that Bullion Exchanges deal. That may come back in stock, but it continues to be out of stock this morning. Over at, let's go to, what do I want to do? Let's go to Golden State Mint. What happened to you? Just a second. Golden State Mint, there it is. What are they blowing them out at? $31.96 for rounds at Golden State Mint. If we're looking for Scottsdale sales this morning, very nice silver at Scottsdale, and I've never had a problem with there. Look at that, $3.23 for the chunky bar. You could buy that all day long. And 33 an ounce for the stackable lion. There's some good silver there if you want to pick that up on the cheap. Let's see, let's do a kilo, and a kilo as cheap as 1,009. Silver up a little bit more at the moment. So there is just random kilo right there. All right, let's keep going. And the Perth Mint deal, is that still in stock? I think they've raised the price on this. It was $9.99 the other day. And let's see if they still have 238 in stock, huh? Let's see how many of these they're selling. They have 69. Whoa, they sold 200 kilo Perth Mint coins in the last, well, since Saturday, I think. Friday or Saturday. So you can pick that up. Hopefully you get a good one. If you don't, complain. And if you get a scratch capsule, complain about that as well. Okay, we are on eBay. We'll try to beat these prices. Maybe everything's floating down. I may even find something I want to buy. So pocket pinger right there if you need one of those. Let's do Eagles. That's what you came for. And where's my Cull Eagles? None. Okay, tube of Eagles is going to be 35 a coin, 34 out the door. Anything good here? Can we get some 21s? How much are 21s going for? Let's just see, 2021. I know everybody loves those, type 1 and type 2. 221. 2021. Look at that, $41. $41, yeah, for tubes of 2021s. 42.50. Is it type 1? These are type 2. Ooh. But I like the type 1s. Look at this, type 1. Oh, yeah, there's a roll of type 1 Silver Eagles. at 41.50, going to be about 40 bucks out the door. Ouch. Okay, let's keep going here. How about a big old lot of Eagles? This was what I was stalking yesterday, and damn, did it go up. Wow, that was like 3,200 last night, and now it is 34.50 over at APMEX. Well, there you go. So 34.50 will get you at 33.50 out the door. God, I should have bought those last night. If you get into the mix and chat it up with people, generally people are more pessimistic than optimistic, and that's why I always say turn it all off and just buy based on price. But even I, was getting worried last night. I was starting to panic when silver got a 27 handle. I could not believe it. Anyway, nobody's perfect, and hopefully you just get a cheap price. Okay, Maples, 8.55, too much. Britannia's, tube of 25, 8.28, too much. Tube of Kangaroos are 8.27, too much. Tube of Krugerrands are 8.40, too much. I don't want to pay that much. Let's go on to Philharmonics. Philharmonics are going to be $36? No, too much. I guess people are raising their prices or their premiums or something. Let's do junk in the trunk. A lot of you buying junk on eBay. We got to get $10 face, so we just look for the 40 rolls, 225. All right, this deal has been up for a while. It's a good seller, fair feedback, $10 shipping. He's only got one, so 235 will put you at about 22.75 times face on that deal. Not good enough. Let's keep going here. Let's go to a big old lot of junk. Big a lot of junk is, I don't want the damaged or the hold. And here we go. Okay, there's a righteous deal right there. I almost bought this. Actually, if you put this in your cart, which I did, he sent me a special offer. So go ahead and put that in your cart. Doesn't mean you have to buy it. Right now it's $22.50. You'll be $21.75 times face out the door. And if he does what he did with me, he sent me a special offer, which was at least 50 cents less. So I do recommend throwing that in your cart if you're buying this morning, and maybe we'll get a further sell-off. Okay, let's keep going here. And and I noticed that I'm going to go right to the MS65 Carson Cities, which have dropped a little bit in price. Someone asked about numismatics the other day, and I saw some Carson Cities coming down in price a little bit. You may want to shop here for something you want for the money coin, the MS65. If you can't afford that, you could get the MS63, which is what I have for the Carson Cities. And if you only collect one coin, this would be the one that I would collect. I don't like ICG or Annex, so I would skip those and go to, like an NGC. Here's an MS63 NGC 1884 Carson City, 339. I thought I saw a two handle on some of these. Yeah, but no. It might have been a little cheaper over the weekend, so you may want to look at some of those if you're bulking up your numismatic collection here. Usually they don't sell off that much when spot drops, but this is a worldwide recession we're talking about, so that may be why people are dropping their prices. Cheapest kilo is going to be $10.29, about $1,000 out the door from Liberty Coin right there. Your vintage bar of the day is a good old waffle back. Got to go back to the classics, and that's how you tell it. Looks like that on the back and that on the front. A little pricey here at $4.24, but nonetheless, I don't think those are getting any cheaper. That's a waffle back 10-ounce bar. A kilo kook this morning can be had for... out of stock? No. Okay, JM Bullion's got a kilo kook, BU kilo kook, 2025, 11.19, about 10.90 out the door. Now, let's keep going here. I'd get that other Perth Mint deal before I'd get that. Let's do a large lot of 1-ounce rounds, 31.89, about 30.89 out the door from Pinehurst right there. Compare that to their dealer price. And you need to have those 3% rebate credit cards. In a small lot, you can get, you can get the Pamp Buffalo for $31.50, $30.50 out the door. Is that out of stock? Good seller, fair feedback, and these are Pamp Buffaloes. He probably bought these from Costco, and now he's puking them up. So, yeah, go ahead and check those out. Those are very nice buffaloes at a very, very nice price right there for you guys. And yeah, you can fight over them. Who's going to buy that? Let us know if you're buying something here or right after you buy it if you want to be sneaky about it. Okay, and how about the Cowboys? Can they get any cheaper? 33.25, 32.25 out the door for the Scottsdale Cowboys. Big old 100-ounce bar. My friend Turbo Stacking, I think, is going to melt one of these and make shot, and that is not a bad plan. 100 ounce, 31.64, 30.64 out the door. Okay, let's keep going. And we have got, what else? Oh, BUP. What are BUP dollars going for? They should go down in price, shouldn't they? 2022 Peace Dollar roll, 739. Some people get burned on these because people clean them up and then sell them as BU. Now that coin does not look BU to me. It looks like it's been messed with. That's why I've stopped recommending these in the short term. Maybe, no, I don't know. They're not floating my boat lately, and I don't want you to get taken there on something that's been cleaned up and then sold as BU. Cheapest platinum coin. Haven't looked at that in a while. Whoa, okay. Platinum Kangaroo, 1,014. That's going to be 985 out the door. And what do I say? When platinum gets to 900 bucks, it's time for a bounce. Okay, let's do gold. If you're here for gold, let's go. All right, we got a gram at 107. That's about 104 out the door. That'll beat the dealer price. We've got a 1/10 random gold at 328. That'll be about 318 out the door. Random quarter ounce gold is going to be, got to get to a Krugerrand or something here. And, ooh, there's a kangaroo, 798 for a little kangi. Okay, Liberty Coin, good seller. 800 bucks, then you'll be at 775 out the door for a quarter ounce Australian kangaroo. I never owned this one, but I've had many of them, and they are great stacking gold coins. Let's keep going to half ounce gold. Half ounce gold, let's find something cheap here. Let's see, 1600. I don't want the first spouse. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. There is a Krugerrand. And from Liberty Coin, half ounce Krugerrand is 1605. 45 bucks off would put you at 1560. 1560 on a half ounce Krugerrand. Compare that to the price above. I think you'll be happy with that price. Well, I'll go do it. 1560 versus a quarter ounce Krugerrand of, oh, what did I say? 798. I'm sorry. Must be 1660. Let me get back here. Oh, half ounce Krugerrand. I'm sorry. Oh man, I blew that. Hold on. Half ounce Krugerrand. Half ounce Krugerrand. Where are you? Okay, I'm flubbing it here. 1571 versus 1560. Save 11, 12 bucks on that Krugerrand on eBay if you have that 3% credit card. Do you guys have the 3% credit cards? How many of you, here's a question for you in the chat, if chat is working. How many of you have a 3% rebate credit card and use it for stacking? Let me know. I'd love to know that, because that's the way we make money on eBay here. Let's go up to a 1 ounce Gold Eagle. 1 ounce Gold Eagle can be had for JM Bullion, 31.43, out of stock. That's a tickler. 31.75. Who is this? He's got $5 shipping. Too small. Too small. We don't want that one. We got to go to this one here. BGASC. Here's a proof Gold Eagle. Ooh, sweet. 32.06. That's going to be about 31.10 out the door. And 31.10 will beat the dealer prices, I will tell you that, and it's going to be proof. I showed you that yesterday. Let's find something good. How about a Buffalo? Maybe we'll get a deal on a Buffalo. 32.22, 31.22 out the door for a Buffalo. That sounds like a push. How about a Krugerrand? Krugerrand as cheap as 31.39. About 30.45 out the door for a Krugerrand. Let's check the dealer price up here, 30.45 versus this one here, 30.45 versus 30.66. 20 bucks a Krugerrand is what you're going to save with that 3% rebate credit card. Okay, I guess that's the gold. Let's keep going here, and that's probably enough gold. Well, I'll do Tudor Beast. How about that? I just can't get enough gold. The quarter ounce is 822, and the 1 ounce, if you're stacking those, 3172. On this 3172, you take about $100 off. You'd be at about 3072 on sovereign British gold, full 1 ounce. Oh, you got to get the dragon, guys. This one right here. This one right here. I would like about 10 of those, okay? And I might even buy that. That is it's just a cool coin. Okay, gold Libertads on eBay? I don't know, what are they going for crying out loud? 1 ounce gold Libertad is 32.75, 31.75 out the door. Here's the proof you can get for 32.78. I think the gold mintages were higher as well this year, so it's going to limit appreciation, even on probably like the reverse proofs and so forth. All right, let's find something good here. All right, there's some stuff in my eBay store. If you want to find something there that you really love, go ahead and send me an email, losinglouis@yahoo.com. Well, actually, if you want to buy something in my store, you can reach out to me through the listing and ask me for a friend discount. I love giving my friends discounts, even when spot is down. Okay, let's keep going here. And here is a precious metals verifier, which is a good idea in these dangerous times. Here's a food saver if you're buying coins that are prone to tarnish. And you can refine your bars like good old turbo stacking in the Devil Forge. It is a very, very dangerous activity, so take all possible precautions. Wear jeans, wear, full shoes, gloves, some eye protection, etc. The thing with the Devil Forge is it gets extremely heavy. You put a 100-ounce bar in there, you melt that thing, takes about 20-30 minutes. The propane is going. You do it outside so you don't burn your garage down. But this 6-kilogram crucible and a 100-ounce bar is heavier than you'll ever imagine. You cannot drop it. You got to grab it with a death grip with these tongs and take it to your mold, wherever that is, and or pour it into ice water. Your water needs to have ice cubes in it, lots and lots of ice cubes. Okay, but when you pour this, you cannot drop it. If you drop it, you will disfigure yourself. It will be very ugly. So for the brave of heart on that. Okay, Turbo, be careful. All right, here's some stuff on Amex. I love the on my website. All these links are on the website, bestsilvergolddeals.com. I should have said from the beginning you can follow along with the website as you watch this, if I am live, in fact. And, whatever. These links are all here. It's all totally free. The Amex card, they're going to give you $200 back. They're going to give you 3% cash, but you got to have good credit. And that works on eBay when you check out through PayPal. Also works on Amazon, at the grocery store, etc. The PayPal card also works when you check out through PayPal on eBay. That works at the U.S. Mint. That works on Walmart. Those two cards are essential. And my third card would be the Quicksilver card, because they have some awesome extra rebate deals that they offer that don't work on precious metals. Okay, let's keep going here. What else do I want to tell you? Here's a pick of the day, and this is just a fun little round. It's a 2-ounce privateer round. If you like toning coins, antiquing coins, now this is $45 a coin. Wait a minute, I thought it was, I thought this was $80 a couple minutes ago. He raised the price $10. Either I screwed up or this went up $10. What's going on with silver? Well, I wouldn't pay 90 for it, but anyway, it's a very popular coin, carries a good resale value. I thought it was $80. Maybe I'm going crazy here. How about Bison Bullion? What are they selling their bullion for now? $3.39 for their 10-ounce bar. I like Bison Bullion. Okay, the completer coin, is it back out? No, they took it out of stock, but I guarantee they have not sold these out. Nobody's, well, I don't know. People are buying silver. Maybe people are buying this silver. It's just nothing has been selling out lately on the collector coin side. They have 6,000 of these. I think this will come back, but they're probably holding it back till spot recovers. Just guessing on that. Okay, what else do we got here? I'm not going to dawdle on all the previous picks of the day, but anything you bought before is probably cheaper now. Here are the 3 coin shops on YouTube I recommend. Check them all out, and hopefully they have some sales, and hopefully their Silver Eagles come back in stock. If they're still charging 250 over for Eagles, I'd buy them all. If they're charging, less than that for culls, I'd probably buy all those as well. You can support my work any way you want, super chat or subscription to Bolden.com. Very nice planning software, free trial. Cups of coffee are always appreciated, and you channel members, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys. And you can get into the membership channel by clicking the join button up here. It's $4.99 a month. And welcome all new subscribers. I'm glad to have you here. While you're thinking about it, even a thumbs up helps the channel. If you share the channel, that helps it even more. I'd like to be the fastest growing channel on YouTube because I'm trying to help here and spend every morning doing this. So help me. Help me, help everybody else, and then you tell your friends. We've got some spot deals here, the Quicksilver card. What else do we want to see in the chat room? And then you can see, you guys can overlap this chat with the chat in the chat room to the smart guys there. Bald Guy Money predicts the bottom is 23 to 27. We already had a 27 handle, so that was pretty easy to predict that. I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. But, anything can happen. If we get into limit down on the stock market, we could go into free fall. I don't think so. I just don't think so. I think silver's going to hold here around 30. I think gold could still see 2,900. Hong Kong down 13%. Wow, that's big. It's going to be a wild ride. Let's get back to the stock futures. I have no problem holding my stack in here because these stories change very fast, and we'll just see. We'll just see what happens here, but I would still be buying. I still am buying. My green light is on. I'm trying to buy. What I want most is Eagles. My second choice would be junk, and then after that, whatever you want that's cheap. But here we go. We're over 30 bucks in the spot market, and the futures market is 30.22. Looks pretty normal trading in silver. That was overblown. What happened? When they crashed it, the shorts were covering, and then it rebounded like $2 in no time at all, which is something I say happens all the time. So don't think that 27 is a natural number for silver. But we are going to have this push-pull with commodities selling off and then gold staying strong. And I think you could buy all the gold you want at 2,900 or even anywhere between 2,900 and 3,000. I don't think it's going to go below that. Could be wrong. And silver could dip back down, here. We could have a sell-off today, which would be a better buying opportunity than right now. Last night was the buying opportunity. And anything can happen. As you know, this is not financial advice, but, I wish silver was 34 again. But nonetheless, I got no problem with $30, and I got no problem with stacking hard at these levels, especially if you're new and you want to get into this and be protected from Armageddon out there. What's going on in the stock market? We got Dow down 700, Bitcoin at 77,000, and I think Bitcoin could bounce around here, and I think the stock market could bounce in here as well. It's going to be a wicked dead cat bounce when it does bounce. We got the 10-year at 405. Now you've seen at the end of trading on Friday, we had the 10-year start to spike up. That tells me people were probably removing their safety and dipping their toe back into the risk-on market, which tells me that, if the 10-year starts going up, people are probably moving from bonds back into stocks. And if they do that, they may be moving back into precious metals as well. Or on the flip side, China could start selling this morning and we could be limit down. I can't tell you which way that's going to head. If I could, I'd be a rich man. And here we got silver. We got gold down $5, silver up 67. I'm just curious what the VIX is trading at. Let's just do the VXX chart. That trades in the pre-market, and the VXX, what did I get to? Not the VIX. VIX chart, okay. And what I like to do when these kind of things happen, can I get a 1 day? Where is the VIX? The VIX is at 79. It was up around 81, 82. This is the VXX, which is the ETF that parallels the VIX in very strange ways. It's a very strange thing to trade. If you trade volatility, then up around 81 or so, I put a short on the VIX because what happens here, and this for you stock traders, if you're buying stocks, well, I prefer to short the VIX rather than buy the S&P, but I might do both today. I might put a toe in the water on the S&P 500. And you can see when the VIX spikes like this, there's panic in the streets. The fear greed index is massive. We're probably back down around 3 or something on the fear greed index. That spikes the VIX, but look what happens after the spike. Last time we spiked to 87. Within a couple days, we were back down to 45. If you put a short on the VIX, you might be able to make a lot of money really fast. So I think that is kind of the no-brainer this morning, but you'd have to be looking for a bounce to believe in that. When people are buying protection, that's when I want to be selling protection. When people are selling precious metals, that's when I want to be buying. When people are selling the stock market, I might put some of my, I got like nearly 100%, short-term treasuries in the IRA. I might put a little bit of that back into the market. We are drastically oversold here in many categories. So you do what you want. That's my parting shot. What did you think of this? Did it actually work? And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck out there.